make that layup. Are you serious? We've been trying to make that play all week long. Come on, get to the line, hurry up. Are you serious? You can't stop that guy right now? These are things that we say to kids all the time in practice. These are things that we are doing damage to a kid's mental psyche as we do this all the time. We want this kid to go hard for us while we're emptying their buckets. We walk around as people all day long with this imaginary invisible bucket. And every time we want our bucket filled, we get compliments to fill our buckets. Hey, good job yesterday. Oh, that filled my bucket up. I put something on Facebook, you get 20 likes. Oh, my bucket's filled up. We want our bucket filled up. We live to have our bucket filled. Hey, I like your shoes today. Fill my bucket up. And yeah, we're emptying kids' buckets all the time. We cannot be emptying kids' buckets. We gotta make these kids, we want this kid to believe in our system. We want this kid to believe in our style. We want this kid to go through a wall for us, all the while we're emptying the bucket and we're shouting at them, hey, do this better, do this right. Shouting does work, yes, but does it really work? Or does it just make the player complicit? Because it's making the player complicit, well then it's not really working. And I want this kid to believe that I really believe in him. Now how can I change that narrative? I start in the beginning of practice. I make sure when practice starts, I am at the front area waiting for them. Not on my phone, not talking to parents. I am directly talking to kids when they come into practice with me. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Pepe? What's up, Pedro? What's up, man? How we doing? Sometimes that small talk with the kids fills their bucket more than practice itself. You have no idea what this kid did before practice. Think about your own houses. What happens at your house before you go to practice? Come on, where are your shoes at? You can't find your bag again? Are you serious? You never know where your jersey is at. That kid's had his bucket empty 3 times already before he even got to practice. And now you're gonna come to practice telling him, you gotta make this layup, you gotta do this, you gotta do this right. That kid is on empty, let me tell you. And if it's after school, and maybe he had a bad day in school, yes, we gotta fix his day at school. But if he heard 5 negative things from the teacher at school, and then you come into school and practice and you're being negative with him, no. I stop it right off the day. I start filling buckets the second they come to practice, we talk. I talk to every kid. But I make sure I talk to the bench players and the kids who don't play as much, more than I talk to the star players. Star players always get their buckets filled. They're walking around, their buckets overflowing. They make a good play, we as coaches, hey, good job. The other players, hey, good job. Parents in the stands, good job. People just watching, hey, good job, way to play. They got their buckets filled 20 times. Those kids who don't make that many good plays, they're like, hey, my bucket's empty over here. I could use something. So what I do is when kids make a layup, how to change it. If a kid misses a layup, instead of saying, dude, you got to make that layup, come on. No, that's not how, that just defeated the whole purpose of him even coming to practice. He should just go home now. Say, hey, I like the way you dribbled up. You dribbled up perfectly. You jumped perfectly. You just released the ball a little bit incorrectly. That changes it. I filled his bucket twice, emptied it once, but now I told him that he has to know how to lift off on his shot, what he missed on his layup. And now he's like, okay, I gotta do everything else the same, and I fill it up. So actually I filled his bucket 3 times because he knows that I'm really watching him. So the next time it comes around, he makes a layup. I'm like, hey, everything was correct and now you made the layup. There you go, my man. That's how you do it. So now I filled his bucket up 4 times and I've only emptied it once. And now this kid knows that I believe in him. That's what I want, that kid to believe in him. The kid to know that I believe in him. Because I want this kid to care about the sport. I want this kid to come to practice every day. Now, I thought about it and I was like, I need to change it how I do in practice because I'm filling buckets all the time. Why don't the kids fill each other's bucket? We as coaches say, hey, I want kids to pay attention more in practice. So at the end of practice, I started doing was, we do this for the last 3 minutes of practice. We call it our bucket filling time. And at the end of practice, we call the kids to the huddle and I say, all right, guys, who wants to fill a bucket? And I model first. And the first thing I say is, you cannot say you had a good practice today. You have to be specific when you talk about a kid about filling somebody's bucket. And so you'll hear things like, and it's crazy, it's amazing to hear these big, bad, tough 8th graders who think they're the kings of the world tell a 6th grader, I like it how yesterday you were missing your layups and coach was telling you to fix your layups, that today you made all your layups in practice. I like that. Now, I filled his bucket throughout the day, but when that 8th grader filled his bucket, oh my gosh, that 6th grader's eyes light up. He's like, that kid paid attention to me in practice today? That lights a kid's life up. His whole face is lit up. He's like, I'm ready to conquer the world now. And at the end of every practice, we do this for 3 minutes. And we go around the horn, we have about, I think we do about 5 bucket fillers if we have time. If not, we do 3. And the kids love it. Like there's a couple times when we went practice a little bit later, kids said, hey coach, we gotta do our bucket filling. Hurry up coach, we gotta get over here. And they just wanna fill each other's buckets. And it's amazing to see it when kids are working together and filling each other's buckets, how much harder they play. A lot less water breaks, I'll tell you that. Because they're feeling so much happier and they don't need to go drink water to go hang out with their friends. They want to keep playing to know to get their buckets filled later on. So I'm telling you right now, if you're gonna be a coach or a boss or a manager or work with kids or even a parent, fill your kids' buckets. Don't always empty the buckets. Watch what you say. Because if you're emptying buckets, that kid's self-esteem is gonna be very low. If you're filling with the bucket, he's gonna be a happier kid. You'll make me a happy person by giving me a thumbs up and a share if you like this video.